What's up, guys? We are back with more leveling in Warcraft. Still in Eastern Plaguelands, but the good news is I've got my soundtrack mod back, so we don't have to listen to that horrible music in Eastern Plaguelands. So I've got something else playing now, which is actually a pretty cool track I found not long ago. If you can figure out where it's from, you're awesome. It's actually a remix of a video game track, so I like it a lot. Really enjoying it. I've actually used it for a few zones that are kind of foresty. I guess this is kind of foresty. But anyhow, we're heading up into, I think this is, the Fungal Vale to do a group of quests. Hopefully I don't get owned. I've noticed that a lot of people are playing, obviously, since it's pre-patch time, about to walk into this new expansion, cross the Dark Portal once again to take on the Iron Horde, and as a result, people are leveling, people are doing everything. Queues are fast, PvP is insane, battlegrounds are fun. I have been sinking my teeth into everything, you guys. Sorry it's been so long since I've made a video. I've just been so busy in the game with other things, like just trying to figure out all the changes so I can upload things like that for you guys, and just really sinking my teeth into that. I've also been leveling up with a buddy. I've actually leveled up quite a few characters in the past week besides this one. Just to kind of mess around with some friends and kind of learn a few things. Right now, my next big project is there something I need to do in here? I think I had to use this item. My next big project is that I'm trying to map out... Oh, okay, I gotta use these skulls. That's easy enough. I'm trying to map out dungeon running. What the heck? I'm like floating. That's weird. Okay, that was weird. I keep interrupting myself, but I'm trying to map out dungeon running so that basically I'm trying to see if it's possible, if it's faster to level up in dungeons, if it's like from 1 to 90 basically, which actually you can't start at level 1 because dungeons actually don't become available until level 10. A lot of people think it's 15, but you can actually walk in on foot at level 10. So the first dungeons would be Deadmines or Razorfen, or no, I'm sorry, Deadmines or Ragefire Chasms if you're a Horde. Alliance can go there too, it just wouldn't be very easy to cross through Orgrimmar. So basically what I'm trying to do is figure out... Ooh, there we go. I need to figure out what these quests want me to do, but that's another story. Just trying to figure out what's the best route to take. I've got it down pretty well, I think. I just need to test it, so I want to get a friend together to test out the dungeon runs, because this new bonus XP from dungeons is terrific. So that's the next big project I'm doing. A lot of people were telling me about how you were able to, at one point in time, go into lower level dungeons and solo them when you were at a little bit of a higher level, and you would still get a ton of XP. That has been nerfed, unfortunately. Blizzard does not want you doing that. So that whole system has been nerfed. Some dungeons kind of get nerfed at weird spots, like when you hit level 60, for example. What is it? Hellfire Peninsula gets nerfed, and so you can't run that anymore. And it's kind of annoying because you can still queue up for Hellfire Ramparts. Did I say Hellfire Peninsula? I meant to say Hellfire Ramparts. Yeah, okay, whatever I said, I'll say it again just in case because I'm an idiot. Hellfire Ramparts gets nerfed at level 60. The amount of XP that you get there drops. So you can run it from basically 57 to 60, and at 60 it's not going to give you nearly as much XP, and thus becomes pointless. At that point you're going to want to queue for other dungeons. It's kind of like, I mean, I don't know what Blizzard's doing. I think they're just trying to fix it, but I feel like a lot of their changes with this XP stuff is like a knee-jerk reaction, and it's a little frustrating. I'm tempted to like encourage players to like, if you get ramparts past 60, to just leave, and when that gets out, Blizzard will be like, oh crap, we need to fix that, because basically you're getting cheated. Because if you're still able to queue for the dungeon, like if you're still eligible for that dungeon in the queue, then the XP shouldn't be nerfed. Whether people are taking advantage of it or not, it's silly. So like, it's also the same with Utgard Pinnacle, or Utgard Keep, not Utgard Pinnacle. Utgard Keep is one of those early on dungeons from what is it? Ice Crown. I can never get the expansions. Wrath of the Lich King, and at level 68 you get good XP from there. At level 69, but at level 70, the XP that you get from there is nerfed from the bonus XP, or the bonus dungeon XP. So it's a little frustrating. The weird thing though is Nexus doesn't, and Nexus is the same level range. So I don't know what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get it right, I know, but it's just a little like, I don't know, it's a little aggravating that, you know, that it's kind of messed up right now when it comes to that kind of stuff. And it's not like the most important thing in the world, but I just, you know, it's kind of broken. It's not like Blizzard to just do stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe right now it is, but, you know, it's also kind of aggravating that they said that they called it an exploit. That players that were running these dungeons like that at higher levels, they were calling it an exploit, and that's not an exploit. I disagree with that. And an exploit is like, it's like when you take advantage of a broken system, not when you use a system that's put in place. A good example of an exploit was during the Darkmoon Fair, the Fire Wings, the new Fire Wings thing that you could do. You could like trick the game into like popping up 5 rings, and therefore like basically when you would go through one ring, it would count for 5, and it's basically you had to pretend like you were logging out and then cancel the flight. And that would cause there to be like 5 rings. If you did it like 5 times, you'd have 5 rings. That's breaking the game. That's an exploit. Okay, leveling up, using the dungeons the dungeon XP that you put in place, that's not an exploit. Okay, that's a little ridiculous to even suggest that's an exploit, that people are exploiting the game, because all they're doing is using the system that you have in place. It's like saying that back when we were in Diablo and we were running Mephisto because it was like the most efficient way to get drops, was an exploit. It's not an exploit. That's using the most efficient method that we have. It's how you programmed your game to be. How are we to know that you didn't want us to do that? I mean, just because players play the game and within the parameters of the way that it's meant to be played, and you don't like that people are playing a certain way because that's not what you envisioned when you designed it that way, that's not an exploit. So like that idea and Blizzard saying that is a little bit ridiculous, you know. And call it what it is. It's people taking advantage of a system and figuring things out faster than you did. I mean, you had months of internal testing and practicing and going over all this stuff when you designed it, and it took people one day to figure out, oh, I can use this to my advantage and level up fast. Well, that's fine. People outsmart you sometimes. Sometimes you admit that yourselves, but that's still not an exploit. So it's kind of aggravating sometimes. As you can tell, I'm kind of rambling on. I don't always agree with everything Blizzard does, so which is fine. Doesn't mean that I'm right, but I definitely don't agree that calling that is an exploit. I don't agree with that at all. That's a bit ridiculous. But it's not a big deal. Everything's fine. No one got banned over it, so it's not like a huge deal. If they were banning people over it, that'd be a different story. So I don't think they wouldn't take it that far. But you know, I digress. It is what it is. And as a result, I'm trying to find ways to use the system to level up for players that might want to level up fast. I don't recommend it as the fun way of leveling up. I think leveling up the fun way is doing what I'm doing, which is questing and doing dungeons when you feel like it. But for players that want to level up fast and don't have $60 to fork over, dungeon running, if you have a buddy that'll run you through dungeons, is still viable. It's actually more viable now because of the system that's put in place. So there's that, and we're going to get into that here hopefully before the expansion launches, because after the expansion launches I'm not going to be able to have time to test that kind of stuff. No one's going to want to test it with me, so hopefully within the next couple days I'll have the research down, and we can go from there. So that's the plan. I'm just trying to figure out where these quests are. It's really hard for me to see. There we go. Talk to this lady, and we're going to trek on, apparently. Even though I think I still have a quest here. Yeah, I do. It says, I'm trying to find the annals, and it says they're like here, but the thing is I can't find them. So I'm tempted to like abandon this, but I think what I want to do is look it up real quick, and so I will be right back. Alright, I didn't take long. I figured it out. Good old Wowhead. You just gotta talk to this guy. Jeez, he gives them to you. How was I supposed to know? Probably if I read the quest text I would have known, but whatever. Don't start with me everyone. I don't want to hear it. So we're just tracking along here. Hopefully I don't get my face ripped off by anybody, but I welcome the PvP if it's there, even if I get my face owned, kind of. So we're going to talk to this chick, and it's time to move on, or we're going to sell stuff, I guess. No. Okay, there we go. Talk to this guy, and now it's time to move on. So let's get going. Alright, we made it to a new area. I rarely make it this far in this zone. I feel like I've been in the Eastern Plaguelands so much lately because it's like where a lot of my characters are right now. And for some reason, like, I don't know, I think it's just the uh-oh, there's somebody. He's just kinda chilling. We're gonna let him chill. But yeah, I feel like the 40s are when things kinda slow down just a bit. Partially because the zones are I don't know, maybe the XP the gap kind of grows some there, or I think another big part of it is the dungeon choices. Like the dungeons at 40 kind of aren't my favorite because there's Dire Maul, which I have gone on record for saying I despise Dire Maul with a passion, but you know what, it's all good. Actually, really the truth about Dire Maul, I'll tell you what, Dire Maul isn't that bad. It's just that most of people, including myself, because I rarely run it, most of us don't know how to get around there, and it's, you know, when you have a lot of dungeons that are, oh god, that's bright, woo! When you have a lot of dungeons that are really streamlined, and then you go to Dire Maul and it's not streamlined, which there's something to appreciate there, but, you know, when you don't know your way around it, it can be daunting, and so when people are getting lost, and people are fighting over which way to go, and people don't know what they're doing, and grumble, grr, arg, and then people leave, all that kind of stuff. It just happens. Oh, Jesus. Well, where'd you guys come from? It happens a lot there. So, yeah, that's basically my only gripe with Dire Maul. It's not really that it's a bad zone. It's just that it's frustrating because, like I said, people don't know what's going on. And, by the way, ding. 44. Look at that. Did we get anything new? No, we did not. We can go to Zul'Farrak now, which is actually one of the zones that I am going to talk about in the leveling process. So there's that. But we are now 44, which means that regardless of how far we get before the end of this video, we will be moving on to the next area, because you can go at 44 to the next area. I'll have to think about where we want to go next. Or we'll probably let everybody vote, because that's the fun thing to do, and we all like to do that. It's been a while since I've asked for a vote, because like I said, things kind of slow down a little bit. And I'm not an herbalist on this character. I'm getting confused. But yeah, so I've been really enjoying the expansion, and I don't know if you guys were keeping up on BlizzCon. Since I'm a part of the AIE guild, I got a lot of the first-hand knowledge from friends and people that were over there talking about it. Actually, my GM, my guild master, was in the Looking for Group documentary, Lank Theris, which was pretty rad to see him in there. Also Scott Johnson, which is like the patriarch of the community, you could say. Host of The Instance and other great podcasts. Kind of the guy that gave me my first chance to be involved in anything WoW related in the community. So, you know, I have a lot to thank him for even doing this kind of stuff. So it was cool seeing those guys in that documentary. If you haven't seen it, Looking for Group, it's a great documentary about Warcraft and where Warcraft came from, and the players and the community, and it's a great watch. You can check it out on YouTube. Just look for Looking for Group. I think Blizzard themselves posted it, so it's pretty rad. How many of these things do I need? 7 pieces. Okay, so just keep killing dudes. So yeah, it's pretty good. I suggest you check it out. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. So good people. I have a great guild. I love my guild. I'm actually looking forward. My problem lately is over on our server, Earthen Ring, where all my Horde characters are. I have every Horde character maxed out to 90, and you know, because of that, I haven't really played much over there because I don't have anything to do right now. So I could go over there and I guess I could do like weird achievement things, but I've been in the mood to like level up characters and maybe see the Alliance side before the expansion comes out, because then I'll be all back on the Horde side, ready to Loktar Ogar, victory or death, take on the imposter Horde, that Iron Horde nonsense. So that's when I'll go back to Earthen Ring and wreck it with my guild. So I'm looking forward to that. In the meantime, though, we're going to continue our leveling. I'm looking for a Death Cultist, I guess? Is this one? Yes. So we got to kill these dudes. I guess they drop stuff. And, yeah, it's a good time. Like I said, I always look forward to giving you guys content, so keep an eye out. As you notice, I feel like I've really upped the content lately. Besides just, Let's Plays and stuff like that, I've tried to give you guys a lot of cool things that I'm discovering in the patch. And I'm going to continue to do that in the expansion as I discover things. So, keep an eye out on the channel, because I'm looking forward to bringing new content. I may not be able to bring you guys macros right now, but I'm bringing out other stuff, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it. I'm getting a lot of great feedback from players, from fans, and from listeners and watchers of the channel, which I'm glad. I really appreciate your feedback. You guys rock. I love doing this stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There we go. That was fast. So yeah, keep giving me feedback, guys. Let me know what you like and what you don't like and what you want to see more of. Just don't ask me to do macros right now, because I've already addressed that. I can't make it happen until it happens. So if I'm not giving out macro videos right now, there's a reason why. So just keep that in mind. If it was available, I would have done it already. So believe me, because it's great content, and you guys definitely want it, and I want to give it to you because, oh god, the soundtrack mod stopped working for a second, so we got that awful music back. But I promise, guys, as soon as the macros become available, or we figure something else out, you will be the first to know, because I will be making macro videos for you guys. What am I supposed to do here? Gather sample from the body of a plagued element. Well, does it have to be a living body, I guess? That's lame. Let's try that. Yes, it does. My bad. Okay. So, yeah, like I promised. There we go. The music's back. Awful music. Ugh. So I will get that to you as soon as possible. So, okay, that's somebody. Killing that one. There are people out here like crazy right now. And that's, it's making it hard to get these quests done, but it's nice to see people back in the game. I try not to complain too much about that, because, like, yeah, sometimes it's rough, you're trying to get quests done, and it's crowded, and you're like, oh god, which is going to become more of a thing at the end of this week. Uh-oh. We have a PvPer over there. Hopefully they don't try to attack me. I should have attacked them, but I like to be nice. Even though it's a PvP server, I still like to try to, no one likes to get ganked while they're leveling. I mean, jeez. It's funny, at BlizzCon, I forget which dev it was, but they basically called PvPers, world PvPers, chickens. The people on PvP server were chickens. And I thought it was funny because it's kind of true, including myself. I thought it was hilarious, though. He actually didn't just say chickens. He said something a little bit more, well, not kid-friendly, let's just say that. So, I'm not going to repeat what he said, but it was funny. I got a kick out of it. It's very true. Yeah, BlizzCon was fantastic. I watched the opening panel. Loved what, what's his name? I can't remember his name. I feel terrible. The main guy from the beginning. Cannot think of his name right now for life. I'm not good at names, but what he said about the, the harassment, the issues surrounding a certain... Uh-oh. What was that? Ah, him. Will he attack? We'll see. But anyways, him addressing a certain movement, we will say. We're not going to mention the names because it's like Voldemort. We don't want to mention the names because we don't want to stir up controversy. I don't want you people coming to my videos and bringing your crap here. So, the harassment, basically. The trend that is harassing people who think differently than you, apparently, and using those tactics to try to, I don't know, intimidate people or whatever. It's cowardice. Anybody can get behind a keyboard and say things, but nonetheless, it hasn't stopped these people from doing it, and it's nice to see a company like Blizzard standing against that because I stand with them and many others who are against harassment. That will not be tolerated, and yeah, so there's that. You're not heroes. You're not, you're not Avengers. You're not standing up for the gaming community. You're cowards, and you're harassing people, and you're using tactics that are detestable. Basically, I live by the standard that you cannot accomplish good through evil practices. It's actually a concept from the Bible, and I stand by that concept. You can't accomplish good by doing evil. It just causes more evil. So, not to get all philosophical on you, but that's where I stand, and I appreciated Blizzard for also standing up for people, staying against harassment. So yeah, that era is coming to an end because people are getting sick of it, and it's time to call it out, call it what it is, because enough's enough. I also forgot to use my item on that guy, so I failed miserably. Uh-oh, got another one. Not going to compete with that guy. That's how fights get started. We don't want that. But if he whips me, I'll tell you one thing. If that guy comes over here and kills me, you know what I won't do? Harass him. Because that's what lamos do. Anyways, enough of that nonsense. Let's get back to the fun. We're going to kill this guy. We're going to turn this quest in. We're going to hope that we don't get owned while we do it. And we're going to continue on our journey. I'm going to try to last a little bit longer this time so I can kind of make up for my lack, but I think we're actually reaching our conclusion here. I appreciate these quests that I can turn in without having to go back somewhere to turn them in. It's kind of nice. Gotta love that. Hey, get off me. Die. There we go. So yeah, it's good stuff. But I am so pumped for Warlords. I'm excited about that Overwatch game. I was so confused at first when I saw Overwatch, the trailer, because I thought it was a movie. And I thought, man, this is straight up out of Pixar or something. It looked amazing. And now I'm kind of sad because I kind of want a movie. I mean, I'm excited about the game, don't get me wrong, but I hope that, like, a movie comes out of this or something, because it looks like The Incredibles, but better. I mean, like, it looked fantastic. So, I mean, come on, Blizz. Like, you have it. Let's see it. The game looks fun, though. A shooter coming to the Blizzard family, that seems interesting. I'd like to see how they do. I hope they do a good job. I feel like it's kind of their bounce back from Titan, which is fine, Things don't always work out the way we plan, but we can always take that, turn it around, and make something good out of it. And I feel like that's what they're going to try to do. And you know what? We'll see. I have no reason to believe that the game won't be good. This is kind of a fun quest. You kind of just run around and pick up fishies, I guess. I have no reason to believe that Overwatch won't be a great game, because everything that Blizzard makes is good. I mean, literally everything. And not that it always starts out that way. Diablo 3 didn't really start out great for a lot of us, but they redeemed themselves, and they turned Diablo 3 into my game of the year so far. So I think it's going to end up being my game of the year. So love that game. They really did a good job. Blizzard will take the time, listen to the player base, listen to the community, and turn it into something good. I believe. I believe in Blizzard. So they've earned my trust for sure above any other company out there. They have earned the trust. As much as EA has kind of earned my disdain and lack of trust, sorry guys, you just kind of screw up a lot. Blizzard has done the opposite. Even though I don't agree with them on the exploits thing, I agree with them on the nerfing some of it, but not the exploits part. But nonetheless, I'm really excited to see what Overwatch becomes. I'm really looking forward to that, for sure. I'm going to play it. I hope I get in the beta. I'd like to see what it's like. I love shooters. I'm actually, you know what? A lot of people are going to hate me for saying this. I'm really interested in checking out the Call of Duty game, the Advanced Warfare. I feel like they're trying something different there, and some people are telling me that they like it. Other people are telling me that they don't like it, and I'm trying to figure out what the heck they want me to do here still. But I think it looks interesting, and I won't know until I try it. These stupid fish are killing the fish that I'm trying to get. Jerks. I see what's going on here. You gotta kill these guys so they don't eat my fish. I need these fish to survive, not you. So yeah, fighting over fish here. So yeah, I want to give it a shot. I want to see what Advanced Warfare is all about. Just like I still want to see what Destiny is all about. Some people like it, some people don't. I want to see for myself if it's any good. Which, by the way, speaking of harassment and that kind of stuff and this journalism thing, I suggest that concept be applied for every gamer out there. I mean, and as someone who will try to provide videos for you guys letting you know what I think about games, I think that if you really want to know whether or not a game is good, the best way to do that is to play the darn thing yourself. Because people have tastes that are different. People have opinions that are different. So, contrary to popular belief, the idea that a game is good or not is subjective. It's called subjectivity. And it's a thing. It's a part of the human experience. Opinions are not facts. They're opinions. And so when you want to find out whether or not a game is good, the best way to do that is to play it and find out for yourself if it's good. Because, you know, there are a lot of games that I think are good that other people don't. A good example is South Park Stick of Truth intrigued me from the start. I bought that game and played the heck out of it from the get-go. And we're going to go turn this in. And I loved it. And I've actually played through that game. I'm actually on my third playthrough this year. The game came out early this year, and I'm on my third playthrough. It's one of my favorite games. One of my favorite games ever, actually. I love that game. It's definitely one of my favorite games for the year, without a doubt. Top 5 games of the year. But it's a great game. Other people were like, it's not worth $60. It's not worth. I'm not going to pay that much for it. And where I've played it more than other games that I've paid $60 for. So you know what? That just goes to show you that people have different tastes, and you can't go off of what someone else thinks about a game. You have to go off of what you think about it. So don't just, go to Metacritic, go to IGN, and go to blah 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 or whatever, and get mad because they review a game highly that you think is terrible. On the other hand, you get mad when they review a game low that you think is good. Well, it's because people have differing opinions, and that's how it works. You have to understand that. That's the thing about reviews. Reviews are not journalism, folks. They're not factual. So you have to understand that. And enough preaching. This has been a very preachy episode, but it's been a while. I had a lot to get off my chest. And I think this is a good place to call it. So as we make our way over to Lights Hope Chapel, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to vote. And I'm going to kind of shake it up because the XP thing is kind of like you can kind of stay in a zone longer now. Do you want me to stay here in Eastern Plaguelands and do the Lights Hope Chapel portion of this? Do you want me to go to the Badlands and start kicking butt there? Or do you want me to go to Tanaris? Those are the 3 options. So vote. There will be a straw poll up in the description below. Guys, thank you guys. You're awesome. Thanks for watching my videos. Leave comments, give me feedback on where you want me to do, what kind of videos you want me to make, and what you're interested in seeing me play, that kind of stuff. Like and favorite this video if you enjoyed it. Sorry for the ranting and the preaching. I just had a lot that I wanted to get. Kind of a heart-to-heart today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you agreed, if you didn't agree, I hope that you can respect my opinions as I respect yours. So thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to vote. Have a wonderful day. This is Kephas. Until next time.